My name's Ryan Windridge, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the stinging nettle.
So by the looks of it, this isn't the only sting that he's been on the receiving end of. The evidence is piling up, and I'm going to be real, it's not looking great.
Ooh. Ooh.
So you might have heard of Ryan Windridge. He's a UK TikToker, and to be fair, we don't produce great TikTokers. As with every TikToker we produce, they always just have like some weird gimmick. With Ryan, this is no different, and for the sake of the video, I'll just show you.
Dinner with Ryan, we've got the garlic bread. Dinner with Ryan, we've got the smiley faces. Dinner with Ryan, we've got the baked beans.
Now I don't know why so many UK TikTokers seem to just eat for a living. This is though entirely irrelevant to the content for today's video, because Ryan, he's been accused of what I can only describe as noncery. Now at this point in the video, I've kind of got to stress that this is all alleged at this point. He's obviously denied the allegations, which in fairness is just a given anyway. But the responses, I'm not going to lie, have not been good, and we will get to them after we've seen the evidence itself. And to be honest, I'm sure I'm not going to be defying your expectations when I say that they weren't great.
Cutie, bet your figure is hot. They call me Big Thick Ryan. I mean, maybe they do, but I think that's something going on up here. Then we've got like quite disturbing comments like, let's see you, daughter. Somebody wants to see you. D ends with a Y, you can fill in the gap there. And then even more concerning, he, I want to see more of you. Don't my age bother you? Daughter, my big something daughter.
Now this is all pretty clear cut, and I don't think there's any dispute as to whether this is real or not. Obviously the main thing here is he's acknowledging the age gap almost instantly. There is a big emphasis on the daughter thing, and I don't really know what that's about, because these images have been circulating basically without any context. But the girl herself, who wasn't identified until recently, did actually come out on TikTok.
Hi, these are my pictures. That right there, that's me. There's a little close-up. So let me start off by saying I tweeted about this in 2022.
So the tweet is real. You can go back to 2022 and see it. It did get 15 likes, so clearly this didn't get any attention at the time. But she did explain everything, and I will just play the clip in its entirety.
It happened when I was 18. I'm now 20. Yeah. I met him on Badoo. This was his profile. This was a conversation that we had. The way he spoke to me made me really uncomfortable, and I actually did make a video about it about a year ago, I think. Maybe like 8 months ago. It got taken down. But his proof that he was talking to me, indeed I am, big bleep, May. I would love to see you with saucier clothes on. Now you'll have to pause, but I will also show some other things he said and sent to me. So this was his Snapchat that he blocked me on. You can see my face at the bottom. His old TikTok that he blocked me on.
So a theme is clearly being established here. He clearly likes younger girls. She is 18, which is 2 years legal in the UK. He would never be done for this legally, but people like Paul Breach, for example, have been absolutely slaughtered for similar dynamics. Having a guy in his 30s doing daddy-daughter talk with someone 18, you know, that is clearly uncomfortable, speaks for itself really, but again, not illegal. It very much establishes a pattern though, and this also wasn't the only instance of this in 2022. Even back then, people were at least accusing him of sending pictures to 16 and 17-year-olds. He did deny it, as you can see, but in the same breath, he also blamed the children, as if the onus isn't on him as a 29-year-old, possibly older man. And it's at this point that it did get worse, because another girl came out, and this girl is 15. As you can see on screen, she posted pretty concrete proof of their interactions at least. There are photos of him that I clearly cannot show. They're that bad. But there is proof of their interaction. She posted this, for example.
Dinner with Ryan, we've got the garlic bread. Dinner with Ryan,
Now obviously the worst bit here is the bit where he calls her babe. He also tells her to stop colouring out her photos. Again, this is a 15-year-old. Now it is admittedly important to note at this point that Ryan did claim she said she was 19.
She said she was 12.
She obviously denied this, and she showed this screenshot as proof. And I'm not gonna lie, this is proof of nothing. There is no context here. The dispute here though is that he actually knew she was 15. She is without a doubt 15, and she has shown proof of this. The girl herself did actually respond to people criticising a lack of context. Somebody asked, why did you delete 2 chats before you said 15? And she said, because I kept making spelling mistakes. I said something like, you know what you done, and you knew my age. Not sure exactly, but I said I'm 15 again, then I deleted the 2 messages because they didn't make sense. Even with this, it is still he said, she said, but it is important to keep in mind. While I don't think she was lying, because as we've seen so far, there is a very distinct pattern here. Even if she was, he still found out she was 15, and he still continued to message her. The comments are worth a read, because even in the comments, other girls are coming out and saying the same thing happened. Considering there is proof of him talking to fans in this way, it is entirely logical to assume he's done it with others. But this commenter here did bring no proof, so to be fair, that is as far as that one goes. But yeah, it was at this point that Ryan did respond.
Before I start, I've wrote down what I want to speak about on my phone because it's easier for me to do this. This is the last time I'm speaking on this situation. The police are involved. They will be collecting my phone next week and we'll be looking at all the conversations, retrieving the conversation that isn't saved. I have done this off my own back. I went to contact the police myself. A guilty person would not go to the police and handily willing to give their phone to them.
So, as you can see, his first response was that he was working with the police. He made quite a few responses, and his responses did kind of change every time. But his response didn't stop at that. He did also kind of threaten people that were talking out against him.
The comments hate need to stop because the police will also be looking into all the comments and hate and IP tracking everyone informed as a hate crime.
I mean, with the amount of comments, I don't think this is likely. To be fair, if he's getting abuse, that's fair enough. But if people are genuinely questioning this, especially with the amount of evidence on show, well, it's not a good look. It really isn't a good look. Now, this was a while ago, and there has actually been more progress on the front of the police. There is another video on this situation by a YouTuber called BillsYT. I will link his video down in the description below, but basically, he spoke to Ryan's manager. I'll just show you the clip. It is important context.
James, who was Ryan's ex-manager, reached out to the victim and how after they figured out the legitimacy of the claims, James severed ties with Ryan. The screenshot that was sent to me was dated June 25th, well before Ryan even made this new video with his friend. The screenshot read, "Thanks blank, we've seen and been sent this ourselves, and after investigations into the legitimacy of the images and conversations, and our own conversations with the police assisting with the investigations too, we made the decision to end our association with Ryan immediately. The girl in question he sent this to was 15. And there's now investigations taking place into the deeper details on this by the authorities."
So even in isolation, this clip does stand on its own 2 feet. I mean, just in principle, if people that stand to profit off being friends with Ryan are now cutting him off, that is normally not a great sign, but I can't lie to you, I have no idea what is going on behind the scenes. Someone who probably does know what's going on behind the scenes though is called Uncle Tix. He was a former friend of Ryan, and he's also like friends with Ryan's former management. He had a lot to say about Ryan, and again, I'll just show you.
Police are involved. They will be collecting my phone next week.
I'm going to call bullshit on this, my bro. And I think you forget that we have the same friends in the UK. Yeah. What, mates? I know your old management, the ones that let you go after this whole thing had come out. Yep, that's right. I know them. I know them really well. I talk to them all the time. We have the same friends group, cuz. And I've been watching in the background and lurking like I do in a lot of your live streams because I enjoy them. And, yeah, I'm going to call you out on the lies. You lied about meeting this girl, this 15-year-old girl, on a dating app when she was just from one of your live streams. I was probably in the live stream when it happened, to be honest. You said you met her on a dating app, etc., etc. If so, post the screenshots of your account so we can all see that you're not lying, brother.
So following this, Ryan hasn't followed up with any proof to the contrary. But in fairness, this guy also hasn't come with any proof, so it is just kind of he said, he said. He did carry on though, and this is where the most damning part of this video does come in.
Got her Snapchat and started messaging her, which I think is a bit dangerous because it's not like Instagram or other accounts where you can make a judgment on someone's age. It's just photos, blah, 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 and videos. Now this is where it gets really bad. Because she told you that she was turning 16 in a few weeks' time. Okay. And instead of shutting the conversation down like the adult you are, what did you reply? You said, I'd love to come and meet you for your birthday.
Now, this guy doesn't strike me as someone that would lie for no reason. And this is kind of like a reoccurring theme with Ryan again.
And don't go to a prom! Why did he take a child to a prom?
I mean, yeah, I cannot get my head around this, to be honest. And by this point, he was under a lot of scrutiny constantly. You only really needed to click on one of his streams to see what the general sentiment was.
I'm better in the comments. By leaving what they're leaving is a reflection of their own life. Always remember that.
It's a reflection of themselves. Thank you for 10,000 likes, guys.
And as you've seen, and as you're about to see more, this sentiment wasn't just held by viewers. His friends and kind of like co-collaborators, if you can call them that, they were on the same page, because Ryan was part of a group called the Hustle House.
We're going toe to toe like we're having a match, but I'm awkward as fuck like Italian batch.
Now, in the nicest way possible, the Hustle House were basically the outcasts of the UK TikTok community, and haven't been made aware of this information, maybe more that we don't know yet. Well, they all basically instantly cut off Ryan and did publicly condemn him.
Right? I've cut ties with Ryan because he's an absolute wrong'un.
So no disrespect to Dobbo, but if he condemns you, then maybe you fucked up. Ryan wasn't happy about this. He said he was there for him when Dobbo dislocated his knee. I'm not gonna lie to you, I think Dobbo might dislocate his knee every day. It wasn't just Dobbo. There's a guy called Niv, who's another social pariah on UK TikTok. And he himself, he's had a lot to say about Ryan and everything that's gone on.
For me, it's definitely a friendship I'm going to have to put behind me now. And I'm going to, unfortunately, no longer associate myself with him. Because all that's going to do for me is bring unwanted comments, unwanted attention that I don't want.
Now, I don't know if his decision is motivated by morals or just his personal brand. It is his prerogative, I guess, but either way, he did milk this situation to the bone.
At the end of the day, I took that decision because it was what was best for me, and it was what made most sense, and it was what was the right choice. And that, I can imagine, is probably the reason why a lot of other people did the same thing.
He made the same video repeatedly, just basically saying a whole lot of nothing, but then he did follow up in the last couple of days with one more, and this video, it definitely puts a whole different spin on it.
Niv vs Ryan Windridge, next Misfits main card. Now this is something I would do. This is a fight I would actually take on.
So this Niv guy also said he would box Dobbo, so clearly his desperation is on another level. But the fact that he would be willing to work with Ryan after everything we know so far kind of shows to me that this wasn't a moral decision. He was just trying to protect his channel. To be fair, I'm not sure how much I can even get out of these TikTokers. I think they probably just sway with the wind, to be honest. So we'll move back to Ryan, because he has released a couple more responses, and we're going to look at them now.
Hello guys, I kinda lost my way on social media. I hung with the wrong people, I've made mistakes, I forgot I'm in the public eye, and I shouldn't have sent indecent pictures back to people who sent me indecent pictures as well, and it was never to anyone underage. If you're attracted to kids, that is bloody sick and wrong, and you deserve to go to prison. But me, I just want myself a nice woman.
Now the last bit, I don't think anyone's going to disagree with you there. An insane clarification to make, but I guess that's where we're at. He said he was provoked into sending stuff, although that is against everything we've heard so far. Victims, like the girl from earlier, that stand to gain nothing, are saying the opposite. And again, these are still allegations, but this is what she said.
I shouldn't have sent indecent pictures to other women, because they can be twisted and edited and like made out to be sent to someone who's underage, which is not the truth, whether you believe it or not. But whatever I say or do, it's your choice to believe it and your choice to choose what you see to believe. All these TikTokers I used to hang with, they weren't real friends, most of them. They were just only in it for their own brand and own gain and own following. It just shows how fickle it is. They're not really friends like your genuine friends. The ones stick by you through the bad times.
Now, I don't doubt that people like Niv from earlier are mercenaries, but even still, this is still kind of irrelevant in the grand scheme of what we're talking about. Now, a theme with these responses is that he will upload one and then delete it soon after. But at the time of this video being made, he had released another one.
Apologise to the people who are still my friends, but they're keeping quiet. And I'm sorry that I've upset you, because I said in a previous video that all the people that used to hang with me are not my friends, and they only use me for clout and views. But that's not the case with all of them. Some of them are actually genuine people. Not the ones who have been doing videos about me. The ones keeping quiet, I respect you, because that's what you should be doing, keeping quiet. Like,
that is an insane take, that if you talk out about what looks to be a terrible situation, that doesn't make you the bad guy, and I really don't know what he's trying to say here.
There is people on TikTok who I dislike now for what they've been doing, been slandering my name, causing drama, but people believe what they want to believe. Tupac once said, real eyes see real lies.
Yeah, okay, so it might be time to end this video. It is a mess, to be honest, and there are allegations flying on both sides. As we know, the police are involved, so hopefully this does eventually get put to bed. If and when it does, I'll make a follow-up, so feel free to like and sub. But until then, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one.